watching WCCO Mid-Morning this Labor Day. Today, the University of Kentucky is investigating after a student's drone crashed inside its stadium just before a football game on Saturday night.
Some fans actually caught it in the air moments before the thing crashed. School officials say police actually had spotted that student while he was flying the device, so they were able to question him. No one was hurt here. We don't know quite what's going to happen if he gets charged. This is the latest in the string of drone encounters recent weeks. Last week, a drone crashed during a match at the U.S. Open in New York City.
Bit of a distraction.
No one was hurt, but certainly a distraction in the match. Could have been trouble if that crashed into a person who was sitting in the stands there.
One of the players, too.
No doubt. We have seen drones interfering with aircraft at airports. They threaten the White House. Rachel, at this point, you look at these drones and you understand why people are captivated by them, but does something need to change here?
Well, I mean, I think that what needs to be done is that people need to know the rules. I mean, I went on the internet to search what are the rules. It took me about 5 minutes. The Wikipedia wasn't telling me what I needed to do. And some of them are common sense, but I mean, I get the appeal of wanting to maybe get that great shot. So what if they just put a little slip of paper in there that said, here are your 10 rules you need to know?
Yeah, just educating. We have a drone. It's kind of a toy drone. It's not one of the $200, $300 models.
It doesn't go quite up.
Doesn't go quite as high.
Okay.
Yes.
Backyard photos only on that drone?
Well, there's no camera or anything on it. It's just
for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are no. It didn't come with stay out of a no-fly zone, whatever. I think most people view it as a toy, Allie. They don't see it as something that could be dangerous.
It is a toy, but it can become harmful in situations like we saw at Kentucky or the White House or even at the U.S. Open. And that's what's kind of scary about it is when people are flying these drones over crowds like in Kentucky where there were 57,000 people at the game. Luckily, no one was hurt. However, someone is going to get hurt at some point.
So what
well,
do we do?
Enrique Iglesias did. Remember, he touched
he
it and
grabbed it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
right.
he let his
hand. Someone's been hurt.
So what do we do about this?
I do think...
I don't understand what we could do about it.
I think there needs to be a licensing or something. I don't know how you go about implementing that. I think that would be very difficult to do, but almost like a driver's license or a course on, what you need to know. Because when they're interfering with airplanes and you're putting all of those people, the pilots are reporting this happening.
A license to drone, you think?
A license to drone. I like that. But
do you
no,
think so?
I don't think
that
it would
seems
be easy
really drastic.
I don't think that it's
For
totally
the
out of
hobby.
line, though.
Yeah, for someone, just a kid who maybe got one for a present and to have to go through all that.
Well,
I just
maybe
really
for a
think it's
certain level of
education.
drone, because some of them can go very, very high in the air. They can do a lot more, but...
I do wonder about that. Some of them, Allie, are way more powerful than others, and like the one that we spent $50 on, it only goes up to the... Although I will say our $50 one goes up to above our roof on our house. Like that's not high enough to interfere with aircraft.
I was in South Bend this weekend, and there wasn't a drone flying over Notre Dame Stadium, but it was a candle with one of those miniature hot air balloons, and it flew over the whole stadium, and I got really nervous. I thought it was a drone. I was concerned, and I think that these kinds of things are going to continue to happen.
Unless you license them.
Licensed drone.
I like that.